Hi everyone, welcome to UrbanSake.com. My name is Timothy Sullivan and you are watching UrbanSake Q&A Tuesday. This is a short web video I make every week to answer your questions about Japanese sake. Before we get to today's questions, I like to always remind you that you can submit your own question to me at any time. Email me directly at questions@UrbanSake.com or go to my website UrbanSake.com/questions, and on that page you can submit your question and also watch all of the previous episodes. So thank you so much for submitting all your questions. I've gotten quite a bit and I'm ready for more, so please keep the questions coming. Let's get to today's question. This comes from Sabina and she writes, "Hello Tim, I'm a little hesitant to taste the cloudy sakes. Why are they cloudy? And are there as many distinctions in cloudy sake as regular sake? Are they also sweet to dry?" Thank you so much. I appreciate your information, Sabina. Great question. First of all, that cloudy, milky white style of sake that you may have seen out there in Japanese is known as nigori. So today we're going to be talking about nigori sake. When you're brewing sake, it's important to understand that you have what's called a main mash. And in that mash is the rice, the water, the yeast, and the stuff called koji. And that bubbles away for about 30 days. And what's happening during that time is that the starch is being converted to sugar, the sugar is being converted to alcohol. And when the brewing is done, it takes again about 30 days. When that's done, the brewers want to separate the newly created alcohol from the leftover rice bits and all the unfermented stuff that is still in there. So you have this soupy mix, and you want to separate out the alcohol. So there's different ways to do that. Sometimes it's done by a machine, sometimes it's done by pressing, simple pressing, but invariably they'll use some type of mesh bag that they pour the mash into, and pressure is applied to it one way or another, and then all the rice solids are held back and the alcohol can drip through. Now, depending on the type of mesh bag that they use, some have a tighter weave, some have a more porous weave. Little bits of rice can get through if they use that more porous kind. And those little bits of rice starch are white, and they go right into the sake if it's a cloudy style. So what makes it white is actually little bits of unfermented rice that get into the final product. So what that white stuff is just pure rice starch. And as far as the next part of your question, are there different styles? There absolutely are different styles. You can have a nigori sake that just has a wisp of cloudiness to it. Some other ones are so thick and creamy, they're really super chunky. You can almost see little bits of rice floating in them. So I've seen the whole spectrum of cloudy sakes. One thing to know about nigori is that it tends to be, in general, a little less subtle and elegant than you might get with some super premium sakes that are fully filtered. The reason for this is that the riciness and the cloudiness really dominate the texture of the sake. Let's take a look at a few examples if you want to get started tasting nigoris. So on your left, the smaller bottle is Yukinobosha Junmai Ginjo Nigori. This is an example of a sake that has a very light body, a very wispy texture to it, a very delicious sake, and just a hint of cloudiness to it. The middle sake is a super premium Dasai Junmai Daiginjo Nigori. That's from Yamaguchi. This is a medium-bodied nigori, not too thick, not too full, and wonderful. Lots of pairing opportunities here. The blue bottle on the right is Shirakawago from Gifu, and this sake is very thick-bodied, creamy texture, almost a pina colada type body to it. So a very thick style of nigori. As you can see, there's many different ways nigori can be tasted, and my advice to everyone is to get out there and try some nigori. One of my quick pairing recommendations is if you have something like spicy Thai food or anything with a little bit of a bite to it, nigori is wonderful for calming a little bit of a spicy texture because it's so creamy and delicious. So Sabina, I hope that answered your question about nigori. please don't be afraid. Give it a try. If you have a fuller bodied nigori and you want to try something a little lighter, you're going to find the style of nigori that's perfect for you. So everyone, thanks again for watching, and please keep the questions coming in. You can feel free to email me at questions@UrbanSake.com or go to my website, UrbanSake.com/questions, to submit your question. And thank you again for watching. That's been Sake Q&A Tuesday for today, and until next week, kanpai.